Everyone to the deciding Game 5 between Echo Fox and Team Liquid Academy. This series is tied at 2 games apiece. After this game is done, one of these teams will go home and the other will move on to face Phoenix One for a chance at breaking into the LCS. It's do or die time.
Yeah, it doesn't get any more, you don't feel more pressure than this, honestly, as these players. Game 5, decider here. What did the last 6 months mean for your team, and what did it mean for your league career, and what's this game going to mean for it moving forward? There's a lot of pressure on these players.
Yeah, it definitely is. However, somebody who's probably feeling pretty great about their performance in the last game was Piglet.
Yeah. Speaking of being able to perform under pressure.
Yeah.
He did about 40% of his team's damage, was an absolute monster in that game. Like, damage per minute inflates as the game goes longer. Like, 875 in what was about a 28-minute game is absolutely insane, and they played to him this time. They said that hard, he's camping KFO and Froggen. Let's pivot. Let's get Piglet last pick, and he's actually going to get it again in this game if they want.
Yeah, that is Echo Fox going to be on the blue side, Team Liquid Academy on red. In the mid lane, though, they might have to look for something a little bit better with Golden Glue.
So I wanted to look at their losses because when your mid laner is getting shut down in this series, you're like pretty much just flat out losing the game. They don't have the same effect. They aren't able to get off the ground. Golden Glue experienced that in games 2 and 3, I believe, when he ended up losing. And that was the really big kind of tilter there. In games 1 and 4, he did have a much better performance, but that's because he got help. He got off the ground. And then it's just the polar opposite when it happens to Froggen.
Yeah, his opponent, though, Froggen, has been instrumental. I feel like that's at least the third or fourth time I've said that for Echo Fox, but this is the point where it matters most.
Yes, in games 1 and 4, pretty much like almost identical type scoreline to Golden Glue. They're just getting shut down. They're getting pushed out of the game off these early advantages, and then he's able to still have 100% KP, but that's just indicative of how little Echo Fox actually do without Froggen, especially when they're behind.
And maintaining a positive mindset is going to be so important for these players. This is the decider. This is the final match for the two. Loser, as we said, goes home, whereas the winner will play again on Saturday for another chance to move forward in get back into the LCS for Echo Fox and get in for Team Liquid Academy, because this has been a long journey for them.
Yep, and it's been one that's lasted a very long time for them. Piglet, of course, came down very recently into TLA, and he's revitalized this team since they had a lot of members kind of stripped from them. 3 of the members playing TL squad.
Well, we
used to play on it.
Now entered into picks and bans. The question was, would Echo Fox change things up? And they will not. Same 3 bans, maintaining the pattern. Meanwhile, Team Liquid Academy give us the same bans they showed us in game number 4. So no Vladimir for Froggen once again. But that means that Sivir, Karma, Gnar, very important in this series for solo.
Soraka, Sivir, Karma, Gnar. And the Gnar is the first pick here. Before they had previously picked the Sivir. So I think, yeah, Sivir Rek'Sai so quick. That means they don't have to play against the Twitch. And they can be happy about that as Echo Fox. But now the Sivir is there to enable and also give a rather safe lane to this bottom side of the map.
That is a very early AD carry pick for Piglet. We saw the last pick AD carry for Piglet in the previous game, but he's shown it very early, has got to be confident in this. And Echo Fox, maybe giving us a little bit of a callback here. Whatever you do, Team Liquid Academy, do not hover Rammus.
Yeah, if you accidentally lock it, then it's fine. If time runs out and it selects for you, then
yeah, then that's not okay.
Yeah, still have to pick most likely the Gragas here and probably the Karma, I would assume. You have flexed it as previously. And we'll see here. I assume last pick will be for Golden Glue unless they go for the Victor early on again because it works so well.
Yeah, they're saying
it's the same.
Sticking to the same strategy. The difference, though, is that Sivir, and we haven't seen a top lane yet for solo. So this is the big decider. AD carry and possibly support or mid for Echo Fox. Is Froggen going to return to that utility on Karma? Still able to open up a CS advantage, but just not quite having the presence of Vladimir.
Yeah, it's difficult to have that presence outside of the laning phase for Karma. And this may just be another mid lane karma for Froggen, but he wasn't having the same type of effect, so you want him on something else. They could also pick a really long-range AD carry here because they have enough engage with the Gragas and the Gnar.
Oh,
That's Lux locked in.
that's Lux locked in. Lucian and Lux are the picks for Echo Fox.
So the Lux here, that's actually going to be really difficult to deal with in the mid lane. Sure, her wave clear costs a little bit more than the Victor, but he's going to look for these assassinations. It'll be hard to get to her. You don't have that same type of hard engage. And yeah, you'd love a Nocturne. You'd love to be able to lock it in and play it in that top lane, but how else are you going to reach him? You're going to need some type of backline access. I think you do go with the Rumble here. It gives you backline access. Your team is a little bit less tanky. And with the Sivir, you have the way to get in there, and now you have something to put pressure on the Lux.
Yeah, Rumble is the final pick for Team Liquid Academy in the deciding match.
No
for
Rammus.
this set. No Rammus.
Other
yes.
R champion.
No Rammus this time. And final words of encouragement coming from both coaches as they get ready. This is a big changeup for that Lux in the mid lane for Froggen. Golden Glue, he's going to have his work cut out for him, has not once opened up an advantage in the laning phase against Froggen.
It's always been off of kills that happen in skirmishes or side waves, and it's mostly Moon who's been setting it up. Now, this is very important for Moon to get off the ground. If this guy wants to be back in the LCS, wants to have another shot, wants to get at those matches and prove that he's a good player and cover up his energy performance where he thought, in his own words, that he was awful, he has to do it here, and he's a big catalyst for this team. If he can get Rumble going, if he can get Victor going, or even that bottom lane, that's going to set them up for some confidence moving in. But he has to be on point, and he can't be shaken.
It's definitely true for every single player in this team, but Game 5 is loading up. So this is your final opportunity to make your voice heard on social media. Support the team of your choice using hashtag FOXWin or hashtag TLAWin. Lock in your votes as we head onto Summoner's Rift for the final time today. One of these two teams will go on Saturday to play Phoenix 1. The other one will go home to play in the Challenger Series next split.
Yep. And Echo Fox, been in the LCS for a year now. In 2017, without them, would be a big blow. Whereas TLA, they move on to that next round.
These players have been aspiring for a very long time.
And Piglet helping them through.
Yeah. He had a standout performance in game number 4 there.
And all of these guys have actually had a taste of professional play in the LCS. And that just makes them want it even more. Makes them want to come back for it.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I feel like we're watching a recording because it's exactly the same start.
Yeah, once again, just waving around. Moon drops his ward. Doesn't eat a belly slam this time.
It's actually a little different from TLA, so they don't ward in the mid lane or have Golden Glue try to put pressure there. Because they're going to try to go for a cheese start again. And this put them behind last time. So the way you're able to recognize this is Golden Glue is not in the mid lane, making sure that nobody sneaks into those side brushes and then gank his jungler randomly during the level 1. So he's off to the right side, which means that the support and AD carry can stand on each other, because normally that's where the support will stand. And now they're just pushed up, so they're going to try to go for another cheesy start here up against a lane that, I'll be honest, probably wrecks you in a level 1 fight.
Yeah, Piglet did start with that boomerang blade. There's not exactly a lot of crowd control on Sivir, so there goes the Krug start from Echo Fox. Will they be able to get the better of this cheesy bush start? Big eats a couple of hits as Keith finishes off that first Krug.
Yeah, they pinged it out now. So it's like, they're probably in here.
Immediately the boomerang blade gets tossed out, so no chance of anything like that happening. And they immediately start going to clear the waves, but Keith gets level 2 right away.
That just seems like such a risky start. But they see something in it here. If you can chunk out Keith, it's not the same type of matchup where the Soraka is there. Stunt gets level 2, then everything that you do to get chunked out of this lane is completely just rewritten. and you don't have to worry about it. But like that, they just lose pressure in this lane. It's also an interesting route because it allows Rek'Sai to do the romp instead of you taking it, but he could still take the Raptors.
Oh, he dashes forward. That's the exhaust. Piglet at less than 200 health holds his ground.
Well, he used heal and they used exhaust. All they have left in the bottom lane is flashes. They don't have those combat summoners. Big disadvantage.
Stunt just got level 2, so now he's starting to heal it back up. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Solo and KFO, these two have been butting heads this entire series.
Yeah.
Splitting all across the map. Well, KFO returning to that Gnar.
I actually think that this route from Moon has been really awkward because he went from Krugs to Raptors to Romp to Wolves to Red Buff, so he'll have level 4 Red Buff just about. Get a little bit short on it. And there you go. So, needs one more camp, pick up the Scuttle, and it'll get it to him. And this allows him to keep the red buff for an awkward timer that you don't expect.
Yeah, very late red from Moon. Meanwhile, Hard going for a more standard clear, smitten the Direwolf.
Smitten with the Direwolf.
So the Wolf Spirits should have seen this, but Moon decides to commit anyways. He's going to eat a lot of damage, but the burn, and Moon survives.
Yeah, the turret actually just gets ramped up very quickly.
Yeah.
Surprised he didn't flash there, because KFO's a boomerang away from killing Moon. He had gotten another one up. But that gives Solo a large advantage in this lane. And this is the lane where Solo's just sitting on a bunch of potions. He's got the Doran's shield, so he can sit pretty even after trading. And KFO has that Doran's blade, so it's contingent that he auto-attacks to get HP back. And putting him under his turret at this type of HP is very beneficial. You get a good back, too, if you want it.
Yeah, trying to deny that. He will proc the Mega Gnar for KFO, so missed one minion. Not that far behind, however. In the mid lane, Froggen actually keeping even with Golden Glue as we start to hit that 5-minute mark. You can see a lot of their mana has been spammed out as there's spells slung left and right in the bottom lane. And Stunt will push Keith and Big back.
Get out of my lane. He walks all the way through. Yeah, this is a really late blue as well. Typically, you imagine the second blue comes up around 7 minutes, 7.5. That's going to be a 10-minute second blue.
Seems like Team Liquid Academy trying to set a different pace in this game. There goes the invade from Moon. He will catch Hard on a recall and already has a level advantage.
Yeah, it didn't go for the team at first either. Went for the jungle item for, it doesn't give you any bonus experience. It's just for the wards now. That's all he went for. And so he could get Sweeper really early on as well and try to control that vision in the mid lane.
Dropping a pink ward, taking the Scuttle Crab, keeping vision of that bottom side of the map. Team Liquid Academy taking their time very early on. First recall going to be completed from Golden Glue. He has got enough to pick up the first Hex Core upgrade and a pink ward before heading back into lane, and
refillable as well.
Also has that refillable. Here comes Hard. Flash traded for Flash.
Flash from Big for Flash from Piglet. And now Hard is sitting in this bottom lane. I mean, Piglet has no Flash, so no level 6 either from Hard. And Piglet actually held his spell shield there because instead of actually using it on the Mantra Q, decides, well, what if this Gragas comes back? So, holds it off.
Trying to be careful. Moon on the invade, though. Saw that Gragas on the opposite side, stole away the Gromp camp, and KFO now is going to clear out this ward.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on in his bottom side jungle, so, or his top side jungle. So Moon is going to have something to say about that. Might even blow his Flash, who knows. But nope, decides not to.
Solo flashed for the harass, and now Scuttle Crab will be secured by Moon on this side of the map. But that blue buff is going to spawn in time for Echo Fox to make it over there.
Yeah, and because of the weird timings that Moon went for his own buffs, he never has to worry about losing his buffs at the same time.
Doesn't have a smite, and Golden Blue collapses. Hard does, and he will smite to take it.
Still, it's worth it because it doesn't go over to Froggen. I mean, a blue buff on Hard versus a blue buff on Froggen, you're pretty much going to always want it on Hard as opposed to Froggen, especially on this Lux. But yeah, that means that every time that they go for these buffs, they never have to worry about, oh, they'll counter and take my red because they chunked me out, or the top laner came down and chunked me out. So
Just on different timings.
mm-hmm.
However, now that means that Cloud Drake could be up for Echo Fox. His stunt has got vision. He's in the bush and actually flashes to escape from Big and Keith's forward pressure. Froggen even roaming down for a little bit with Hard. There's no flashes on the bottom lane.
Yeah, so Hard with that level 6, you can tell he really wants to make a play on this bottom side. It was the lane that he's been neglecting this entire series. But now, playing more towards it, and Golden Glue has the shove advantage with this Victor and the Death Ray upgrade already. So Moon gets to go in, gets to throw down the wards. This is what his entire goal has been, is to counter jungle like this. There's no smite for Hard. Moon doesn't get it.
Way too early. Cask to knock Moon back. He's got flash, but he eats some damage from Big on his way out.
Ooh, super early smite there, but he didn't know that Hard didn't have his smite. He predicted that Hard would panic and tried to anticipate it.
Not able to expand that advantage. We've got the next recall now out of Golden Blue. He's finally got the tier 2 Hex Core upgrade. And again, for the first time in this series, Game 5, he's finally keeping pace with Froggen and CS and in lane. Piglet, though, eats some trade. I don't know why I'm worried. He's got a Soraka.
Doesn't spell shield either, so he's, because the spell shield cooldown.
Whoa. Face checks into Hard. Remember, Hard used his cask earlier, gets knocked up.
Oh, he
flashes
flashes,
but misses. First blood, Piglet.
Wow, so he flashed off to the left side. I think he was trying to get a shield from Froggen maybe, but Froggen, I mean, at that point, the only way he even ever has a chance of living is Froggen blows both summoners to heal him, but still. Keith, pretty far forward, so yeah, needs the shield to get back.
Yeah, Team Liquid Academy now pressure that bottom lane to push Big and Keith back.
And in Game 5, the last game of this deciding elimination match, Hard gives up first blood, fails the flash, and it goes over to Piglet.
Of all the AD carries to give it to.
Well, also in this composition, KFO is going to prioritize magic resistance because it's who he's up against. It's a double AP comp. If Piglet starts getting off the ground, it becomes very difficult for the tanks to itemize. Doesn't flash forward. Looks like he was, if he was flashing off to that side, he was going towards where Froggen was.
Once again, though, Team Liquid Academy send a few folks to the bottom lane, and with that recall from Keith and Big, that's Piglet able to get a lot of damage onto this bottom tier 1 turret. Golden Blue actually returns back to the mid lane. Moon now shows himself. Teleport now from KFO. Try to get in there along with Solo. There's the equalizer. Keith is exhausted. He dies. Good turret juggle aggro so far. There goes the wish to heal them back up. Big Piglet doing what he can. Piglet takes aggro.
Take the last shot.
Ooh, he's going to be healed up by stun, but Solo falls to KFO. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, gank on the Golden Glue, late flash and a cask means he goes down 2 for 2, and Moon will escape from this. I don't know if KFO sees that tunnel.
Yeah, it's a 2 for 1. That first kill was that one from previously, but that's going to be Echo Fox actually getting a really good trade for themselves. Now they get damage on his turret. The dive was started there by Team Liquid Academy. And Solo goes down, even with his flash up, I believe. Oh, this could be at that turret, too.
They're trying to clear it out and take this first turret of the game. Echo Fox, despite, for the first time in the series, being down in the laning phase, are still able to take advantages and make plays to get back in.
And they just took the hardest tier 1 turret to take, and it's Froggen's lane as well on this Lux. So it's exactly what you want to get this Lux some room to breathe, some room to roam, and use ultimates. So they've just opened up the map off this play.
We'll have to see if they use that. Here's that replay again. It's Golden Blue.
I feel like he tries to get in there and maybe blow up Froggen. So yeah, he does. It's hard to actually kill a Lux. She gets the double shield. He cleanses, and that's the thought process. But hesitates for a second, and that's where the explosive damage comes through.
Yeah.
And yeah, both summoners as well, out of Golden Glue.
Gotta be able to stay cool in these sorts of situations, not only playing on stage, but playing for the culmination of 6 months of effort for Team Liquid Academy and 6 months of effort for Echo Fox. It is so important to remain confident, to keep your cool. Moon accidentally aggroes the dragon, but he's totally fine with that.
Yeah. Takes decent bit of damage, but it doesn't matter. And Piglet trying to shove the wave out, but here comes Froggen and Hard. They have been doing this over and over again, where they keep trying to roam towards the bottom side. Now it's a place where they're a bit blind. Victor's here, but nothing's gonna happen.
Laser gets tossed out. Hard is able to slam away. Meanwhile, recall from KFO in base. While he didn't have his teleport, means that Solo can continue to shove in that top lane as his Proto Belt has been completed, and KFO goes for a Maw of Malmortius first.
That's what I was saying about Piglet getting those early kills, is because he wants that. I would even be surprised if he didn't go for just a Spectre's Cowl, and then he started building tanky.
Solo now catches a roam down towards the mid lane. Might look for the equalizer as there's the Chaos Storm and the equalizer. Froggen flashes on top of it and is burned down to half. Moon is trying to chase, but a cask separates Solo. Moon gets slammed, knock up onto Froggen. He doesn't have his flash, but Hard gets burned down instead.
Yeah, they immediately turn on to Hard. Flash still available for him. That's the signal to take over the jungle and maybe even get that Cloud Drake on the exit there, because on that top side, KFO is still shoving in that turret. You know what? In order to even this up, they have to make a play bottom side. Can't go for the Cloud Drake now. No time. Get this turret. Now go for it.
Yeah, clearing out the minion wave and taking that bottom tier 1. It's now traded even in turrets, but Team Liquid Academy are up by about 1,000 gold and looking to expand that by taking this Cloud Drake. Here comes Big, sitting just outside of vision. Oh, he stole it!
Wait.
Oh,
baby.
Man. That is one heck of a shot, and KFO's gonna take this turret. It's suddenly right back to even.
Yep, neck and neck in game 5 here. And Moon, he had Smite available. That's the 3rd Smite that Moon has missed in this series. So they decide that it's time to go on Froggen. Froggen flashes, and he still flashes just down the red carpet a little bit further. And that's where they're waiting for him. So now Hard doesn't get the perfect cast, which ends up getting him slowed afterwards. If that had been to actually knock Solo back, would have been a bit better, but dies with his flash up. And now they decide to go after that Cloud Drake afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alrighty, so now Team Liquid Academy perform the lane swap, sending their duo to that top tier 1. It's late for Keith and Big to get there in time, but they don't quite know that as Hard collapses to force Team Liquid Academy back, and the turret's still standing. Even in that aggressive play, Echo Fox are able to defend against Team Liquid Academy. Teleport available for both top laners, and they find themselves on the bottom side of the map. Oh, TP try to go. There's the flash tether. Piglet's trying to stay alive on the hunt. KFO catches up. Piglet separated from his support, drops to KFO.
And so a TP play comes out from Echo Fox. They don't spot the teleport until it's too late, and Solo can't answer then, even though he had everything available. So they have to make a play.
Oh, they turn onto Froggen. Doesn't even get off the Finalis Funk in that final spark of life.
They almost get it off. It still wouldn't have been enough to kill Golden Glue, but it still saves the chip damage. That would allow them to maybe push for 2 turrets, because that's what's happening on the top side of the map right now, is they're going for 2, and that's actually going to send Solo back to try and deal with that. As Piglet, oh no, actually Solo's gonna stick around because Piglet's got it covered.
They decide to swing down towards that bottom lane instead. No, completing the recall. Solo just shoves the wave in.
They don't have their AD carry. They don't have their main source of turret damage.
And now 17 minutes in, it's still dead, even in gold. 3 turrets to 2 in favor of Echo Fox.
It's the most even that the laning phase has been though as well. Echo Fox don't have those same types of dominating lanes. The last pick of the top laner, and Solo incredibly comfortable on this Rumble. It's another carry champion for him. And Golden Glue with the wave clear champion up against the Lux. You know, they decided not to opt into the Karma again. They wanted something with a little more oomph behind it, a little more burst damage, where Froggen can maybe even kill Piglet.
He will have his work cut out for him as Piglet, again, going for the Infinity Edge first. No Essence Reaver.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm out of date on 80 carry builds, man. Like that QSS Vamp Scepter pickaxe. I was like, those don't build anything. It's like I'm like, oh, that's Mercurial Scimitar, huh?
Yep.
After the fact,
Oh, cleanse, but he still takes the damage. You can just see what that Lux is capable of doing with only a Morello's and Etherwisp.
yeah. I mean, he didn't even get like follow-up auto attack or another burst afterwards.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, that's 100 to 0 right there, if he gets it.
Blue team's turret.
The bottom tier 1 goes down, or excuse me, top tier 1, looking at the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, it's Piglet killing.
Solo killing turrets?
Yeah, 80 carry face. Usually you think it's that bottom side, but this is an open top half of the map. They kill
Separated from his
KFO.
team. They drop on the hunt.
He has to
Completes a
flash.
very early Guardian Angel and Mauled Malmortius, so he's very tanky. Here comes Golden Glue, pops the Hex Drinker shield.
Yes, he doesn't actually have to flash. So yeah, he's got the Maw and the mixed resists there. So he split the difference.
Yeah.
Went with the Guardian Angel. Doesn't have any HP items.
He's got extra health when he's in Meganar form. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Not entirely sure that's the correct way to play around it, though. Seems to have been working out for him. 2-0 in this game. The only other kill on his team is on Hard. Whereas Team Liquid Academy, they've got 2 kills on Golden Glue, 1 on Piglet, and 1 on Solo. Much more favorable spread of gold. But for the time being, 19 minutes in, Moon.
Oh.
He almost falls prey to the exact same play that he played with earlier.
Yeah, it's that timer, that red buff coming up right now. Moon all over that, contesting it. You have your Rumble on the bottom side of the map. You have complete control of this. If he doesn't miss the smite, then it's his, but not gonna happen.
Yeah, misses the smite here. This is a statement game for Moon.
It's like the 4th or 5th one.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the demonstration that he has improved since his play on Energy. Seems like the pressure might be having a bit of an effect here, as now Team Liquid Academy shoving a minion wave towards the bottom. Group is 5. Froggen's a little bit
Moon
late to get
going
there.
for the
He
dive.
dodges back. There goes the Chaos Storm just to push it away, but the minion wave was cleared, and the push is stopped.
Oof. As a very risky dive to pull in a game 5. Froggen wasn't there, but the effective range of the Lux is incredibly high with the final spark, but he didn't have it available either, so he wouldn't have been able to contribute. But just TLA are still respecting Echo Fox since they've been taken to a game 5 here.
They now find themselves racing down the mid lane to defend against a potential counter push. But Keith is defending in that bottom lane, and with Ocean Drake spawning in 15 seconds, Solo clears out the minion wave on the top side of the map. Hard gets a couple of wards in. KFO so close to Meganar.
Yeah, he's going to hold on to that bar. I believe he'll attack the Drake maybe once, throw a boomerang at it. I mean, he's got to stay in combat, so.
Yeah, instead,
There we go.
Moon trying to sneak around, doesn't find a way in as Ocean Drake is taken by Echo Fox, the second Drake of the game. Seems like, again, they are allowed to control these neutral objectives.
It's mostly just off of timings here. Piglet wanted to complete his Phantom Dancer, so didn't go for the Rapid Fire Cannon here. I guess in this matchup, not too much has changed. The Rapid Fire Cannon wouldn't really help him too much against the Lux, but I still feel as though this is one of the better Sivir builds. Just Essence Reaver is really good. He may not even get that third. He may go QSS third. He may go for the Hex Drinker, just because there's this gigantic Lux. But hold on. 80 carry not there.
Death
Looking for a
push.
Death Bush. Looking for a pick. Big.
They're pinging, but it's only Moon. He tunnels over the wall.
Everybody just snuck out of there.
Didn't even get to see them sneak out. So just playing with that vision. 22 minutes in, and the map has reset just a bit.
Froggen also with the Ardent Sensor. Map reset, and they've just been farming waves, but he's farmed up to this increase on his shield power, some extra movement speed and CDR, and then giving everybody attack speed, as well as magic damage on hit. So this Lux, he's been pretty accurate with his shield so far. I was actually watching him when he's clearing mid. Sometimes he'll throw it towards the Raptor camp to shield hard. Sometimes he'll throw it over there just to juke ya, make you think hard's there.
I mean, Meanwhile, that red buff has spawned, and Hard looks to get revenge for all the red buffs that have been stolen earlier. Piglet does not have a smite, as you might expect from an AD carry. But Hard decides not to contest it and lets them clear it out as Team Liquid Academy, grouped up with many members, scared away. Hard in the front. Binding catches Moon, but he's nice and tanky at this point.
And Stunt already has Talisman of Ascension. A lot of the times, we'll see them go for full items and then actually start upgrading the Talisman of Ascension very early on to get them in, get them towards that Lux. I like that. Normally, you are really struggling against the Lux. She can keep you at arm's length, especially somebody like Froggen, who's so practiced on low mobility champions like Karthus and Anivia. Lux is up there as well for him.
Hide it out forever.
He's okay with playing on the back line. There are some players who are not, but he's definitely okay with playing at an arm's distance away.
Team Liquid Academy now trying to fight over Vision. Moon has snuck around. He's in the back line. There's the equalizer on top of Hard. He flashes, but he's separated from his team. Body slam over the wall, gets him away, but Froggen with a binding catches one. Golden Glue escapes. Now they're turning on to Solo. Flash to try to chase. Dash from Keith, but he's slowed. Heal does not give him enough speed. Oh, boy. Oh, and he gets chunked out to a quarter of his health. Hard might have overcommitted as well. Piglet slowed, cannot follow.
And it looks like they're just buying time too, because KFO has been pushing the entire time. Froggen with the ultimate. There's no, like I was talking about the Talisman of Ascension, there is no locket right now for Team Liquid Academy. Froggen is just shredding through them. Sure, he has an Ardent Sensor. It doesn't mean it doesn't have 60 AP on it, so he's doing work, and it's doing just a large amount of damage right now on this Lux. Kind of easy to blow up that Soraka.
Oh yeah, just need to catch him.
And now that's 1,400 gold advantage for Echo Fox. 2 Drakes up. 2 turrets up.
Ooh.
It's a good check, though. That was
Edge
about...
of the range. Oh, no! Stunt got the blue buff.
I don't know why you would ever throw a silence there, too.
Oops. He might have been trying to heal and... Fat finger? Nothing quite like a good old fat finger in game 5.
Yeah, if Golden Glue runs out of mana, it's a problem, but otherwise, no. Hard?
And yeah, Echo Fox now starting to press forward and try to clear out some of this vision. Again, 5 turrets to 3 in favor of Echo Fox. There's 1 tier 2 remaining in the mid lane for Team Liquid Academy, and they are trying to defend it with all of their might. They've got a monumental task ahead of them. They're trying to turn it into a fight. Binding on the front. Chaos Storm and Equalizer separates the team, but Echo Fox are able to pull themselves back.
Here comes
There goes the
TP.
calling. KFO teleports in. Laser catches Stunt. KFO close to Meganar. And Echo Fox come right back in.
And you can see how hard it is for Team Liquid Academy to actually get in there. Sivir ultimate gets popped. Sure, Talisman of Ascension on top of it. They throw down the Rumble ultimate. Big is just going to ulti the team and get them out of there. And Hard has disengaged on top of it. It's so difficult for TLA to actually start fights against this composition of Echo Fox.
And the tier 2, great binding, but Sonya stalls it out, and the tier 2 is still standing, in fact. Echo Fox don't look like they're done with the siege. They're taking their time. They don't want to risk it. Play it safe. Respect the cooldowns of your opponents. 30 seconds now for that Mountain Drake.
Yeah, speaking of respecting your cooldowns, the 45-second cooldown on the final spark for Froggen already.
It's only going to get lower.
Yeah, he only has 30% cooldown reduction at the moment. Can go a little bit lower than that, and it's only rank 2, so it gets nastier.
Vision now picked up in front of that Baron pit by Echo Fox, just in case Team Liquid Academy want to try anything a little bit tricksy. But the Mountain Drake is going to be uncontested. Team Liquid Academy are the first of the pits. They secure Vision.
Top, though, they have to watch out for that Baron.
Echo Fox might be the ones who are looking for a bit of a tricky play. Smite secures that Mountain Drake.
Yeah, they have to
Laser
check
finds
him.
Big.
Oh!
Oh, and Stunt! You blink and he's gone. Echo Fox chase forward. There's the Defiance. Golden Glue in the front. Falls to Keith. Solo. Does he have enough to try to turn it around with Piglet? They're kiting as best they can, but it's a double kill. 3 members dead. Piglet in the front. Exhaust. He flashes to safety. But KFO has found Moon. There will be no respite for Team Liquid Academy. 4 members dead and the tier 2 falls.
Absolutely relentless there. Team Liquid Academy just get toppled over, stunt falls, and then they try to fight. 27.5 minutes in, 30-second death timer on Moon, and look at this. Echo Fox, are they gonna push for more? I don't know, this is risky, but they're gonna try to tank it out, get a little bit more out of this, maybe take an inhibitor turret, a Nexus turret.
They're trying to. Keith is able to drop the first one. They don't have any more minions. And Echo Fox back away. They can't end the game, but they can tear it wide open.
Yeah, maximize that one play that you got. You don't know when that next one's gonna come through. Solo with the TP to the other side. He does not have the ultimate. They complete it.
He's trying to collapse. There he goes. He's found Hard, but Hard can just make it over the wall. Solo chases. He's trying to follow a Protobelt, but he just doesn't have enough separated from his team.
Here comes
Moon
Rek'Sai.
even follows up. Knock up onto Keith, but he's cast away, and Echo Fox disengage.
TLA, is this a Baron play from them? Are they going to be able to actually go into that pit? I don't think so.
They've set up a death bush.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. There's a ward on the Baron. They are not going to fall for this because that Baron... Why would they check that area if you're not doing Baron?
Yeah, it is going to be defended. Already you can see the super minions rushing forward. Recalls now being completed by a few of those members of Echo Fox. Stunt looking to complete his own. And now Team Liquid Academy find themselves on the back foot.
Yeah, Stunt gets hit by a binding here. Really well-placed binding there. 100-0. Golden Glue gets blown up here. Keith able to weave it between members. And Solo can't do anything at that point. Gets locked down by Big. And the double kill comes through for Keith. As Piglet tries to turn it around. And then Moon takes a really unsafe route. And you can see there, his tunnel got interrupted. He could have actually gone over the wall right there. But he decided not to. I'm talking about like even before he walks into lane, he had tunnel available to him. He took a very unsafe route. He was not expecting that type of pressure on him.
Echo Fox trying to sit outside of vision, but they're right on top of a ward.
Yeah, there's a pink ward too to kind of look for that, but not quite.
Sneaky play, not going to pay
I was
off.
there the whole time.
Oh, surprise. 5,000 gold advantage and super minions pushing down the mid lane. Next Drake will be a Cloud Drake, and that Baron is still on the map. KFO's now split pushing on the bottom side, and Keith clearing out minions on the top. Team Liquid Academy find themselves trying to defend against Echo Fox with an advantage.
Yeah, 4,000, 5,000 gold now for Echo Fox. They want to be back in the LCS. They want to have another chance. They want to make Rick Fox proud.
They do. Clearing out that vision, another binding gets tossed. You really got to keep your eye on those, because it's a Rabadon's death cap now finished for Froggen.
Froggen, 418 ability power at the moment. That's still not an enormous amount, but it's enough to make a gigantic impact. Now we see the Aegis come through for Soraka, but this Baron, it's not going down too quickly. It's going to take about 15 seconds if they keep that DPS up.
Yeah, Golden Glue is racing forward. Echo Fox are able to defend, but
Yep.
Moon used the Void Rush to group up with his team. It's KFO split.
Exactly. KFO, they're just trying to buy KFO time. There they go.
Equalizer,
It's
Froggen's in
Froggen,
the front.
But they're not on the
Holds
same
on to his
page.
flash, uses the heal. Team Liquid Academy don't find a way in. KFO is going to break down the inhibitor turret. Keith retreating. Cask forces the disengage. Echo Fox stall it out and take the inhibitor.
Yeah, and they use so much there as well. The flash from Moon. Stunt. Ooh. Almost. Moon can't flash into the pit. If they're able to stop him from getting in, it could be a very different game. KFO, he's going to crack that part of the base. There's no TP for Solo. He has no way to interrupt KFO's either.
The inhibitor goes down. KFO staying to keep that pressure, and Team Liquid Academy are falling apart at the seams here. Unable to respond to this split pressure.
Yeah, and they seem to kind of falter as well in their teamwork when they got around that team fight. They've been playing the team fight so well in the games that they won. It's how they won the games and got the advantages in the first place. And now Piglet, Golden Glue, everybody a little bit scattered. The carries are not in sync.
They're going to try to defend this Baron right now. Piglet and Golden Glue are split, and KFO has found them. Golden Glue drops. They turn onto Piglet, who flashes the wall, and the silent zone prevents any chase. But that's 2 inhibitors down. Golden Glue is dead. It's up to Sivir to clear out these minions.
Yeah, he had the flash as well. Solo, speaking of flash, blows his own. These minions have already done substantial damage to this turret. Echo Fox are going to try to go to that next round. They have 4 members left. They're going to take this inhibitor, and they're going to try to take on Phoenix 1 on Saturday.
They're chasing forward. There's the equalizer again. KFO gets knocked up within turret range while Hard keeps Piglet at bay. Snare onto Moon. Cask is not going to be enough to knock him in. He falls back, but slowly but surely, that Nexus turret is getting whittled down. 10 seconds now for Golden Glue. He has Flash, he has Chaos Storm. They push forward. Piglet drops on the hunt. Solo in the front, Sonya's. KFO misses. That's going to be a miss as well from Froggen. Piglet's kiting as best he can. He's being kept alive by stun. Keith goes in. He's looking for the kill. Golden Glue is spawned. He's trying to turn it around. Keith is going to go down. The Chaos Storm procs it. Big will try to fall to Golden Glue as well. KFO hops the wall, but Moon scares them the rest of the way. And Team Liquid Academy hold on.
Yeah, they keep that turret as well, and they can't protect the Lucian on Fox's side. Keith goes down. He went too aggressive on Piglet, and he's out for 30 seconds.
Cloud Drake is up, but Echo Fox are recalling and defending. Team Liquid Academy have got to take some time to reset their base, reset the vision. With only half health on a single Nexus turret between them and relegation, they can't afford to take any risks.
This was just really aggressive. Piglet, perfect spell shield there to stop the body slam. Keith goes too far forward. Boom, boom, boom. Can't finish off Piglet. The exhaust comes through, and Golden Glue with all of the speed ends up getting taken out there. And now Echo Fox, Keith, once again back up. The respite was enough for TLA to hold off some of those waves, but they had recently just lost that inhibitor. Teleport still available for Solo, but this is just down to the wire. This is going to come down to a final team fight between these two teams. Tooth and nail.
Yeah.
To keep your hopes alive for 2017.
They might be trying to catch Moon here. Cask is used hard. Getting a little overzealous here.
Yeah, that's a play that you make when you just are trying to get something done. You are impatient, you are flustered with the situation. Froggen is constantly trying to pick your team off. They have the vision, they don't have vision of Moon. They don't know where this Rek'Sai is exactly and when he's coming in. Hard won't have his cask available. Now they see him with the Lucent Singularity.
Yeah, Solo's trying to catch 2 waves of super minions single-handedly, and KFO escorting those minions in. They are losing map pressure on this, but for now they are continuing to defend. KFO still shows himself just ever the nuisance in this lane.
And if you get out of position for 1 second and Froggen catches you, you are gone. You are dead. It happened to Golden Glue. It's what ended up making that fight go in their favor and opened up the base so wide. It's these picks. Stunts felt the brunt of it. Golden Glue's felt the brunt of it. If anybody else gets picked off, Solo, Piglet, if you misstep once, that is your chance at the LCS gone.
Again, the Baron is started. Down to 3/4, down to half.
And Moon, I mean, I feel like Fox don't want to make it the 50-50. They just want the fight. Moon has messed up the last 4 Smite fights that he has had, even over small objectives. You want to take it if you're Echo Fox, but Moon at the same time. Question is, you roll the dice enough times.
Yeah, how many times is it going to pop up on one before you get something a little better? Hard. He's got the cask once again. Feel like I've seen this before.
Golden Glue is like looking for a backline flank here. KFO is still not able to get anything done because that turret opposite side of where those super minions are coming in. Piglet though, Piglet's like cutting the wave. This is really bad for TLA. They have to get there fast. Piglet's gonna have to show up, and he's gonna have to show up from a good angle as well. 6,000 this looks like Echo Fox a little bit more committed to this. Little
down
bit,
to 4.
just a little.
Binding onto Moon, but they don't pull it off and complete
They
the
go for
Dragon
Keith.
Flash onto Keith. He's in the front. He's got so many shields. Piglet is in the front. Stun is caught by the binding and goes down. Piglet's trying to cut it out with Moon. They've separated hard, but he flashes. Can he make it over the wall? There goes the zone control. It's tank split. Meanwhile, KFO was able to take down that inhibitor as it respawned. Golden Glue is split. Moon trying to chase it down. Big flashes forward. The binding snare follows up. Keith, he cleanses, and that's Golden Glue going down. Piglet is running for his life. Does Piglet have the plays? No, he does not. Froggen kills him. Moon is going to be the last person here. There goes the Void Rush, and it is not enough. Solo, the sole survivor. Can he hold on? 1 versus 5.
And he already used his equalizer. This looks like it's gonna be Echo Fox. This inhibitor is just gonna be the only thing in their way. They're gonna go right after that and immediately towards that Nexus.
Clearing out the minion waves. They've got super minions coming in from the bottom. There's the first minion wave as KFO is in the front. Solo trying to do what he can. Stunt has respawned. He gets a great Zanyas to try to stall this out. He dodges out of the slam from KFO, but the Nexus turret goes down. There's nothing to deal with the damage. And Echo Fox might have done it. They scare away the rest. Keith even dropping a bit of BM as he drops into the Nexus. But they have done it. Echo Fox have staved off relegations.
And they stay alive. And their hopes of making it back into the LCS for 2017 are still there.
Some heavy size out of Team Liquid Academy. Rick, you can see celebrating with the rest of his team. Echo Fox are finally able to win the match that they need to. Backs against the wall. Game 5 of their first relegation match.
We hear it so much. It's not how you play the split, it's how you end it. And Echo Fox want to end back in the LCS, still with their spot. Another chance to improve. But the TLA, it's back in the Challenger Series.
Yeah, very heavy moment for Team Liquid Academy fans. These guys have been playing for months to try and claim that LCS spot, but not quite able to do it this time. Second split in a row now. But they will have an opportunity next split in the Challenger Series in the spring to try to run it back. But for now, it's all about Echo Fox. They've got to start looking ahead to their game against Phoenix 1. The only team they defeated in the NALCS Summer Split. They have to play them again on Saturday.
That was that one match win that Echo Fox had, and it wasn't even against this lineup for Phoenix 1. So Echo Fox, they have their work cut out for them, but it is a sigh of relief. They're in the double elimination portion. There are 4 teams in double elimination. 3 of them make it out. Odds are pretty good if you make it to that far.
Yeah.
But Echo Fox, I mean, they can definitely celebrate now. They get a day.
They get a day.
Kind of take a breath.
I would even say half a day.
Decompress.
Yeah, because they got to use tomorrow as well. But that's Echo Fox moving on in this tournament. We're going to pass it back to Jet Nazale to review the series.
Thanks, guys. Great cast on the day, as always.
Absolutely, man.
And Jet knows a lot about great cast on the day.
Yeah,
but
plenty of it.
there you go.
Haven't said that joke a single time. Matt, but this series, like, I'd say that was probably the closest game of the series.
It was a good one to end it on. You know, we had a lot of stompy games throughout the beginning of the series, and this one was actually pretty tightly contested and very exciting with, you know, the Lux being cracked out with kind of a unique build. More would have expected kind of full damage, but seeing the Ardent Sensor, it actually worked out quite well for him. And because his targeting was so good, almost always zeroing out Soraka, he didn't actually need, you know, to have like a death cap, a second item or something like that to be able to one-shot him, because he was able to do it with just the Morello plus the Ardent Sensor.
That was the biggest worry. We're like, why is he having an Ardent Sensor? It's like, I guess he wants the shields. We were saying you need to be an assassin as Lux. He was still an assassin, and he was still wearing a sensor. But I do think it's a lot more than that. Like, as they're mentioning on the desk there, Team Liquid Academy no longer making the LCS. Echo Fox now has to win one of the next 2 best-of-5s. They did go on a large losing streak in the regular season, so that's still going to be up in the air.
And
but
the
it means a lot.
competition- The competition only gets harder, right? They are the bottom LCS team. They beat second place Challenger, but the Challenger team that beat these guys as well, in a series that was very close, is still alive.
Yeah.
And you have to beat either one of P1 Energy or Cloud9 Challenger to get back into the LCS. So although they are alive, and if they lose in their next match, they still get another chance because there is that kind of that lower bracket. They still do have to be able to take a series off one of these teams, and going into P1 is going to be favored.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that series. But as we set up for an interview on stage, we should actually go over the game a little bit. It was pretty close for about the first 27 minutes or so, but then they did get that big pick. Like most of these things were started by Froggen, as he was able to just catch Stunt over the wall, and this sparked a big team fight.
Yeah, exactly. And he gets the immediate kill onto Soraka, and then it's go time. You can see the Karma, shields coming out, engaging in there, and they're able to pick up kill after kill, and Piglet's just not able to get involved whatsoever. With Soraka down, Golden Glue falls very quickly. Although Piglet stays alive, he's not actually able to get any damage off, and then a nice follow-up there onto Moon, and that kill on Soraka even got her ultimate off, right? So it's not even like she didn't react. She did basically as much as she could. Yes, maybe she shouldn't have gotten caught by the binding in the first place, but still shows the power of the Lux, and pretty exciting to be able to bust out something new, especially because Froggen throughout the split had been criticized a lot for his champion pool and kind of the lack of diversity. He gets triple banned, and he comes out with a new pick, and he carries his team to through the series.
Triple banned and picked away.
Yeah.
Right? In a couple keep situations. So I like that. It's also a throwback for Froggen. Like he played a lot of Lux, I'd say back in season 3 of the LCS, and was pretty effective on it. And even though there's been like minor changes to Lux, the core of that playstyle is still pretty the same. So I like the fact that he pulled that in. To get to Piglet in that team fight as well, he was never able to really get involved in this game in general. Like either the fight was starting from a disadvantaged position or Gnar was right on top of him. He didn't actually get to do the Sivir build everyone loves doing. Like he never had an Essence Reaver. He had the Bloodthirster earlier on, and then he had the Last Whisper before the end of the game. So like he could never get to his items, and he was never effective.
He definitely wasn't, and we're going to hop into that game-winning fight for Echo Fox and see this very last one. As it did start all around the Baron, and they've been dancing around it, but finally the engage comes in, and there was actually such a nice ultimate from Hard, knocking Golden Glue back and keeping his backline safe, and then it's Froggen looking for the turnaround here, is able to get a lot of damage out. They take out the Soraka.
Yeah, the fact that Froggen could consistently zero out Stunt really countered the Soraka pick, but that's mainly through execution because they were always able to reach her in the backline. Then really, I think Golden Glue sticks around a little bit too long since they were already losing on so many parts of the map. This is truly the first game where Echo Fox actually executed 4-1 because most of the game, KFO was supplying pressure to the other side of the map. And the reason I feel like Team Liquid Academy was being so aggressive towards the Baron pit there is because KFO was taking Nexus turrets and Rumble was being held off, and that allowed them the time to fish for bindings with the Lux and eventually kind of win the game because they were actually applying split push pressure, which is huge for them.
And they didn't panic. They stayed calm. They kept returning the Baron for quite a while, actually. But they eventually get the fight. They take the game, and they take the series. So let's send it back out to the Battle Theater stage while Zyrene is standing by for a post-game interview with Froggen and team owner Rick Fox.
Thank you very much, Azale, and great hosting on the day. Yeah, I'm here with victorious Froggen and victorious owner Rick Fox, and immediately, you guys, veteran, also championship ring holder. How did this game mean to you guys? Because you ended up pulling it out at the end, and you've been through so much in your lives, but this still looked like it meant so much to you. What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it because obviously going into it, we didn't have a lot of confidence because we lost so many games in regular season. So it's great that we can still kind of play our game and then pull out a victory.
Oh, it feels good. I've been on the other side of this, though. So, first of all, to TL, 3 of those young men played for us last split. So, I know how difficult that must be for them right now to be going through such a disappointing day or result for them. So, my best to them. I hope they keep going. To our team, obviously, it's been anchored around Froggen now for the whole existence of Echo Fox when it comes to League of Legends. So, we're grateful to have him. But what we're grateful most of is that in the most disappointing regular season, champions are built. One of the ingredients you have to have, even though we're not in the playoffs, is a resilience, a toughness, a fight, regardless of what the circumstances or the standings say. And this is something I've seen from all 5 of our guys, our coaching staff. Our players have been resilient. They've stayed consistent and fought through all of this. And this is one of the rewards for doing that. as you heard Froggen say, he got a chance to keep playing our game. It's kind of like college. Student body right, student body left, right up the middle. You know what we're going to do, but we're getting better at it, and the improvement is shown today.
And so when you hear your owner talk about your team like that, what do you feel like? He's talking about your mental resilience and how you guys went through one of the hardest splits ever. Like, how do you feel coming out on the other end?
I mean, obviously it feels good, but we still have to win 1 out of the next best of 5s, and that's what we have to focus on. So the job is not really done before we get to do that.
So how do you feel about that next best of 5 coming up against Phoenix One? It's the only match victory you guys had, but it was against a different looking Phoenix One. What are your thoughts on that match on Saturday?
I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Like, we're going to come in with more confidence than we came into with this. Yeah, we're going to come in with more confidence than what we did in this game. So I think we are going to be like more comfortable on stage. Now we have already played a best of 5. Like, we're used to it. I mean, I think we feel pretty good.
And you guys have a lot of momentum behind you. You're talking about that confidence. Where is the ceiling for this Echo Fox team? Because you guys look like you were on the rise at the end of spring split. And then you guys kind of teetered off and the league looked like it was getting better as a whole, but Echo Fox was a little stagnant. Where do you think this Echo Fox team can end up?
In LCS, hopefully. I mean,
and same question to you, Rick Fox. Where does this Echo Fox team have the potential to be?
Well, we end up on stage on Saturday, and that's the next step. Not looking too far ahead with the positioning that P1 is in. We recognize they've had one split under their belt. That's the same thing, same place we were in last split. So we're going to go back and do exactly what the focus of our organization, our team has been about. As Froggen will tell you, it's about improving every day, suiting up, showing up, and putting that improvement to test. Today was one of the days after a long, like I told you, after a long split, where that improvement it revealed itself, and we got to improve for our next match.
And so this match went all the way to Game 5. That's got to be really stressful for you as a player and you as an owner. And you guys have both had a lot of experience with going through hardships. Do you feel like when you goes to a Game 5 that you're able to clutch it out, that you're able to actually deliver? What does the pressure do to you, Froggen?
I think Game 5 is more about how you played the other 4 games. Like, because we play for like 5 hours, if not longer, depending on how long the games are, right? So it's more about, do you eat in between the breaks? Do you get enough, what's called water? Like, just like keeps sustaining you, because you're gonna like die down at the end of Game 5 or at the start of Game 5. So it's more about who can actually focus them all and just like keep on playing their game. And you saw with us, we went back to something we are kind of comfortable on, and we just like kind of know what to do. So that might be what pulled out the victory for us. Are you giving them pep talks in between games or anything like that, Rick?
No, they don't need that from me. What the coaching staff has done is prepared them exceptionally well. I've definitely, my faith is in them and my faith is in the players. What I know about them is that they have not for 1 second stopped fighting. And that's what I appreciate about them. That's what I respect about them. And I'm happy that it showed up today.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, we're a best of 5 kind of team. The best of 3 kind of screws us up a little bit.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that format in League Ops. We'll see. But Froggen,
Run that up the chain.
yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know if it'll get approved or not. We get kind of tired after Game 5s as well. But thank you very much for the interview, Froggen, Rick Fox, and congratulations. Good luck on Saturday as well. And now we're going to throw it back over to the men at the desk to break down the day.
Thanks so much for the interview, and I guess we'll have to look into those
Such a
best
good
of
record in
fives.
best of 5s. Like this split alone, undefeated. So much better.
Undefeated.
Than
They've
the other
never
record.
lost. They've never lost a single best of 5 TSM
Yeah.
or Immortals.
Whoa,
There you
that's
go.
insane. Yeah, I like
But
it.
a nice interview. Good to hear from both Froggen
Very
and Rick Fox. And now to recognize a standout player today, the standout player of the series. Froggen had an incredible performance. He forced TLA to pick and ban away 4 champions from him, and he still showed up in games 4 and 5. He was playing incredibly well on the Lux, and we already know he dominated on Plat.
Yeah, I mean, even games 1 and 2 and 3, like his early series was dominating the lane, and then by the end of it, he was able to take over the game on Lux, even if he wasn't being as lane dominant. Giant kill participation, huge percentage of the team's damage, and really you can see just play after play in this game, killing Stunt over and over and over again. Just a really awesome performance from Froggen, and this is really, like when Rick Fox said he'd signed, the Michael Jordan League of Legends, he wanted guys to show up that could carry games like this.
Yep.
Obviously, it hasn't come to fruition in the LCS, but he needs Froggen to continue to carry to get them back into the LCS.
And I mean, he got it here today for sure. Even in the games that they lost, Froggen was doing incredibly well. You know, in that lane against Kassadin, he was very far up. But following today's action, let's take a look at the updated tournament bracket. With their victory here today, Echo Fox advances to the next round. Well, they will face off against Phoenix 1 on Saturday.
Yeah, and the winner of both the Saturday series will move straight to the LCS. The losing teams, they get another chance. They earn their spot for Sunday, and then the winner of that will be the third team that promotes into the LCS. So 4 teams left, 3 advance.
And both of those promotion matches will be hitting your screens on Saturday at noon Pacific, with Energy versus Cloud9 Challenger on NALCS 1 and Phoenix 1 versus Echo Fox on NALCS 2. But you don't have to wait until Saturday for more League of Legends, because the EU promotion tournament returns tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific. Check out EU LCS 1 stream for Origin versus Misfits, and EU LCS 2 hosts the other promotion match with a best of 5 between Schalke 04 and Roccat, fresh off their win over Millennium earlier today. Time to say goodnight. So for Jat, myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday.